welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Hope everyone's weekend is going well so far. Hi, I sent PayPal for what? Cat lady. Okay, hun. I'm gonna add you to the list. What is your? Let me see what your name is on here. Oh shoot, they all just came in. Continue. All right, so I have about, you guys all sent at the same time. So I have 3 people. I have Katarina. Katir. And then I have Yesenia. And then I have Sarah. All right, so I'm writing it down in order of received. So Katarina is first, and then Yesenia, and then Sarah, okay? Okay. All right, so remember, guys, $20 or more donators get to choose which deck they want for their reading. Katie, you want to call yourself Katie? Okay, we can do Katie then. All right, so how much did Katie send? Let me see. Katie sent 10, Yesenia sent 20. Okay, so only Yesenia and Sarah will be choosing their own deck. All right. For Katie, go ahead with your question, honey. I will probably use this one. What will happen between Jordan and me after our divorce? All right, what's happening between Katie and Jordan after their divorce? Katie and Jordan after their divorce. What is going to happen? Katie and Jordan. Okay. So I got the Three of Pentacles. What's going to happen between Katie and Jordan after their divorce? Katie and Jordan. I think you both are going to kind of, obviously, you know, do your own thing as individuals, okay? You guys are definitely going to work on yourselves and whatnot and put, you know, time and effort into that. But I don't really feel, I mean, are you just wanting to make sure it's not like toxic after the divorce? Or are you trying to see if there's a way, if you guys would work things out? Or are you just trying to make sure there will be like peace? Clarify that for me. What will happen between Katie and Jordan after their divorce? Katie and Jordan, what's happening after their divorce? I've got the Nine of Cups. What to expect? I just kind of feel, because nines in tarot talk about, like, you see both of these people are alone. You know, nines are all about kind of like the independence, okay? Just kind of focusing on yourself and the things that make you happy and whatnot. So I don't feel like it's going to be like, I don't really feel like it's going to be y'all necessarily getting back together immediately. I just feel like you both may decide to kind of focus on yourselves and grow as people before that even happens. All right. But at least the good thing is that we don't see anything like toxic or anything like you guys being on bad terms. Okay. What's happening between Katie and Jordan after their divorce? What's happening between Katie and Jordan after their divorce? You have the Lovers. Six of Wands. I feel like there may be an overall energy of kind of like a little bit of sadness here I'm picking up on how things kind of turned out here. There will be a lot of thought around that. It could be you feeling that, him feeling that, or the both of you. But I don't really get this as fully just moving on from it like that once you guys are done, okay? I just think that you guys are going to choose to grow as individuals. Right now, I can't really give you 100% that y'all will get back together right away because I don't feel that. I think that you guys will work on yourselves, okay? But I do feel like in the future, there would be a probability, a possibility. You guys, once that's over with, you guys could potentially come back together. But it's not 100% certain right now, given the current energy of you guys divorcing. Okay, tarot is based on the current energy. But I just think y'all will grow as people separately, and that you will have a and then I think that so if you're saying he's a liar, then you know, maybe that's something he needs to work on. Okay, that's an example of me saying working on yourself. So he could be working on himself when you guys separate, and perhaps maybe down the line things could potentially shift to where if you decide to work things out with him, you could. This is your free will. I'm not telling you what to do. You do whatever you want to do. It is your choice. Okay, I'm just reading what the cards are saying right now. There will be a probability, a possibility that y'all can later come together and try to work things out. But that would happen after there's a lot of self-work done. All right, point blank period. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so I don't think it's just going to be moving on right away, or I'm done, I don't give a fuck. No, I don't really think it's that kind of energy, because the Five of Cups is still kind of looking back at the past and still holding on to, looking at the relationship with disappointment and, you know, sadness as well. So I don't really feel like it's completely just giving, and now if we see the fool is more like, okay, once we're done, I'm done. I don't give a fuck. I'm moving on with my life. I forgot about you already, and I'm on to bigger and better things. That's not the energy that's coming out here. Okay. So normal, moving on, or if there's a, well, I mean, I'm confused. I mean, what did you want to happen then? Because you're saying he's a liar, but then you want to know what's going to happen between y'all. So are you saying, or are you open to rekindling this in the future? Let's say he were to like work on himself, and you know, he could become a better person. What would you be open to that down the line is the question. No, that's good. No, that's good. I don't know what that means. No, I'm not open. I want to move on. Don't trust him anymore. But he will usually come back. Yeah. So I do feel like, again, I'm repeating it for the third time, that he could work on himself and try to better himself to hopefully, potentially have a chance at working things out with you. But if it's you're willing to just move on and you don't want it no more, then that's your free will. That's fine too. Just tell him no. Just tell him no. It's very simple. Just tell him no. But I do feel like that's kind of how things will transpire once you guys do divorce. He may take that time to focus on him and work on himself. Okay. You are welcome. All right, Yesenia. Let's see. All right, Senia, honey, go ahead and choose the deck that you want for your reading, and type your question for me. I forgot the name of this deck, and I don't think, what is this? I wish they would put the name on the deck. But this is the Witchling Tarot right here. So 1, 2, or 3, 8 of Wands, Ace of Wands, or Queen of Cups. Y'all, please make sure that you have your question ready when I call on you. Okay. You want deck number 3? Okay, cool. We're gonna do deck 3. All right, go ahead with your question, honey. Let me check to see if I have any more donations. Okay. Sarah, you are up next. So, will Shay be reaching? Will Shay be reaching out? Is Shay a love interest or a friend, a family member? What is the nature of the relationship? Will Shay be reaching out to Yesenia? Will Shay be reaching out to Yesenia? Shay. Will Shay be reaching out to Yesenia? Will Shay be reaching out to Yesenia? Ooh. Okay, so... Okay, I have the Empress reversed. I'm getting Temperance. I got 8 of Cups. Is this like a new connection or someone you like have history with? I feel like she will reach out to you, but eventually. I don't feel like it's anytime soon though. All right. I don't feel like it's anytime soon. As far as her reaching out, because Page of Pentacles is that reach out, that is a communication card, but it's a Pentacle card, so it takes longer to manifest. It takes longer to happen. I feel like she could reach out to you, because we have the number 4 here and a number 5. So communication could potentially come, I'm getting like within 5 weeks. Okay, 5 weeks could be more of the time frame to when you can hear from her. So, and that's just approximately, okay? Everything's within the energy. So I do feel like it's possible within 5 weeks. It's not going to come right away. So right now we are in the beginning of November. So let's say maybe somewhere like the 2nd week of December, it's possible he could, she could reach out. Sorry, I said he by accident. But yeah, she could reach out to you. Okay. But it seems like she's dealing with some stuff right now. Shay. Is Shay a he or a she? I'm sorry. Is this a he or a she? Because I said she. I do feel like this person's just not open to it right now. It is showing energy around them just not being interested right now in reconnecting with you. Okay. It may have something to do with it's a he. Okay, got you. I don't know. It feels like it's something deeper going on for him right now, which is why he's not reaching out. It does kind of feel like he's emotionally unavailable. I don't know why it feels like he's kind of just like, do I want to say he's victimizing himself? Or that, you know, his circumstances, maybe he may be a victim of circumstances right now. It could be too. I hope he's not victimizing himself. But I'm not sure what transpired between the both of you. But yeah, he may have something going on here that may or may not have anything to do with you. That is why he has not reached out, or why he may not reach out anytime soon. Okay. Clarifying the Empress reversed is the Page of Cups. What is this 5 of Pentacles for if Shay is going to reach out to Yesenia? What is the 5 of Pentacles? The 9 of Wands. And the 4 of Cups. Yeah, I feel like he's just in this kind of like victimization energy. Like I feel like he's deep in his feelings of like, it could be like, I can't give her what she needs, I'm not good enough, or something like that as well. Okay. You do have like a lot of page energy here, which is could, you know, be reflective of like a little bit of immaturity and stuff like that. It's not like he doesn't want to talk, but I just think that he needs time to come around for sure. Okay. He. So I feel like if you want to see any kind of progress with him, you would need to have a lot of patience. You would need to have a lot of patience. And I feel like there may need to be encouragement around that could help him to hopefully come around. Okay, because right now I feel like he's very much not really seeing like the positives. It feels like there's this dark energy around him. He's being very negative. Okay, so yeah. Sarah, you are going to be next. Devil. So yeah, it just is, it definitely seems like he's sorting through some shit, and he needs to kind of like get things together on his end, whether that's emotionally, financially, mentally, whatever it is, okay, before he would come forward. Okay. He wasn't emotionally available. Yeah, so he's not emotionally available because I don't know. Do you ever sense any kind of traumas from him? Has he had traumas? How did he treat you while you guys were together or talking? Okay, because he's definitely showing up as like, I'm victimizing myself. I'm alone in this. I don't want to, like, I don't see any positives to, you know, getting out of this situation or my mindset. That's kind of what it feels like. He's very guarded. Maybe he's not even trusting in himself or his abilities, okay, when it comes to you. You know, the Empress reverse is typically could be someone with mommy issues, you know, childhood wounds, issues around the feminine energy within him. So I don't know if he was like neglectful towards you or anything like that, okay? I mean, it does feel a little deeper for him. He was explosive and was expecting me to react to him a certain way. What does explosive mean? What do you mean he was what does that mean? I mean, you say how you have a history with him, so I mean, is he typically explosive or what? I don't know. I feel like he has like inner wounds or inner problems, deeper issues. Okay. You know, the Empress usually represents a mother. So it could have something to do with his mother, not like directly, but like maybe his upbringing, the things he didn't receive growing up. It could come from, yes, you know, relationships in the past to where he wasn't nurtured or he wasn't cared for. So he projected all of that onto you. But, you know, at the end of the day, trauma is really just an umbrella term. Okay, so the umbrella term for all this shit that he's doing is just coming from trauma in some way, shape, or form. So that's why I'm picking up on a victimization. Like, I'm going to treat you this way because this is what I experienced, and I'm going to be neglectful. No one cares about me. No one loves me. It just feels like he's so wrapped up in this toxic, negative mindset and thinking. Okay, that's what I feel. Yeah, I agree. That's what it seemed like. Yeah, so in the process, he neglected you, pushed you away, and you know, and all that stuff. He's kind of being like a little bit of a martyr about it. And since Page of Cups is clarifying that, I do feel like he has some inner child wounds as well, okay, that he needs to nurture. He definitely needs to heal, and it's not something that you can do for him. He has to do it on his own, okay? All right, Sarah, go ahead with your question. But first, you can choose the deck that you resonate the most with. Who is a better match for me, the Leo or the Gemini? Let me get both of their names. And what is your sign? I'm sorry. Ray is the Leo and Craig is the Gemini. I'm a Gemini. Is Ray a good match for Sarah? Is Ray a good match for Sarah? Ray the Leo, is he a good match? No, he is not. No, he's not. The Five of Wands is a card of fighting. It's a card of conflict. So it is predicting you and him could potentially, the connection could be more of like a conflicted one, to where you guys argue frequently. I mean, it doesn't even have to be over anything big. Could be over trivial matters as well. You know, the Four of Cups is a card of, I don't know, I kind of feel like he has a tendency to kind of be, it's not avoidant, but like he can be, I'm hearing nonchalant about things, and maybe that can cause y'all to fight. He could be a bit dismissive about things, okay, or not really present or paying attention to certain things that could, you know, end up bothering you. Is Ray a good match for Sarah? Ray the Leo. Is Ray the Leo a good match? The Tower? Yikes. Yeah, no. I don't think he is. He wouldn't end up being a good match for you. If anything, it's going to end up in some kind of disaster. It would be chaotic. There would be like big fights between you guys. Okay. The Star, I feel like he can maybe come off cold, come off detached, uncaring. You'll just feel like he's very nonchalant, and I think that will trigger you. You know, the Star is a card of distance, being aloof. When it's around these kind of cards, being detached, I mean, it is Aquarius energy, okay? And the Four of Cups, it belongs to Cancer. I believe that's Cancer, Cancer moon. I don't know if this is him also being moody at times. It's like he could even be passive aggressive too, and that could irritate you. Either way, it's just not going to end well with that type of energy. All right, is Craig the Gemini a good match for Sarah? Is Craig the Gemini a good match for Sarah? The Ten of Wands. Is Craig a good match for Sarah? Craig. Is Craig a good match for Sarah? Craig. I feel like it wouldn't be, dealing with him wouldn't necessarily be a walk in the park. It feels like there would have to be a lot of compromise, okay, between the both of you. I mean, both sides would have to be able to be willing to put in their, you know, make effort. Because if it's just one person making effort on certain things, that's going to cause, you know, a feeling of, oh, well, now it's one-sided, and, you know, it would have to be a mutual effort for sure. And you guys would have to be able to maybe agree to disagree on certain things. Would Craig be a good match for Sarah? Page of Cups. I feel like he's not that emotionally, he may not be as emotionally mature as you are, as emotionally developed as you are as well. So that's something that you would have to, you know, emotional wisdom and maturity comes with time and experience. So you would find that you would have to have patience with him in that way. Okay. Craig, the one, a good match for Sarah. Craig the Gemini, a good match for Sarah. King of Swords. I feel like he's not like the most emotional person. He's not the most like, yeah. So, you know, sometimes he can not come off cold, but he comes off like he doesn't have feelings. Um, that doesn't mean that he doesn't have feelings, but he comes off that way. He may be more like head over heart at times. Okay. So, I mean, if that sounds like something that you can work with and be patient with, then yes. It's going to just take work, Spirit is saying. It's going to take work. Bottom deck is the King of Cups for him to grow into this more mature, emotional person that you may need at times. But it's going to be a process. Knight of Pentacles takes quite a while. I mean, it could even take upwards of like 6 months to a year before he really gives you that more emotional like availability and maturity. So if you have the patience for it, then yeah. But I feel like during certain times he could be childish or handle things in an immature way. Okay. So it's not saying no, but it is saying it depends on your patience and if he can definitely mature. So yeah. Yeah, you can be on once you send payment, my love, okay? My readings are by donation. The more you donate, the more questions you get to ask, the more details, okay? So let's get a romance angel card. Ray. Advice for Sarah when it comes to Ray, the Leo. Advice for Sarah when it comes to Ray, the Leo. Sarah and Ray. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more loving and present moments. So I find when that card comes out, there's definitely going to be, you know, something that transpires between you and him that may definitely not end too well. Okay. Again, the more you donate, it says the more information. There's no specific amount. All right. So yeah, you know, this is going to be a learning curve for him. And you will find that you're going to have to forgive him for these fights or however he acts with you. Okay. That card is usually a telltale sign that it may not be the best relationship. Okay. So yeah. Sarah's connection with Craig. What does she need to know? Okay. So it says he could be the one, Sarah. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Okay, but like I said, he's going to have to, you're going to have that patience for him to hopefully mature into somebody, get more emotional maturity, okay? And I kind of feel like you and him may kind of start off as friends or something like that. It may not necessarily initially be like that romantic connection. Okay. You're welcome. Okay, Quenisha, I just got yours. Your answer will be a yes or no. Y'all remember, the more you donate, the more detailed and the more generous I will be. Your reading is going to be reflected by what you donate. So if you send 20, you get a $20 worth of reading. If you send 5, you get a $5 worth of a reading, which would be yes or no. Clinisha. Okay. So what is your question? All right. I didn't know you were going live. Yes, love, I am. Hey, welcome back, Amy. Will me and Keenan ever meet? Will Clinisha and Keenan ever meet? Clinisha and Keenan. Will Clinisha and Keenan ever meet? Clinisha and Keenan, will they ever meet? Right now, the answer is no. Okay? Right now, within the energy, it's unlikely that you would meet. Okay? We got 4 of Swords reversed, King of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, and 3 of Swords, which would be a no. All right, let's see. Amy, I will be awaiting your donation. Put you on the list. When I'm live, I'm going to start posting it on my Instagram. That way you guys can know. Because YouTube literally, people always tell me, oh, YouTube doesn't notify me that you're live. I don't know why YouTube doing me like that, but it does. Okay, my love, go ahead and choose which deck that you want. And then type your question for him. All right, do you still hear me, by the way, Amy? So John and I are supposed to have a conversation soon. I'll let him know we can go. That I had a lot of questions. Okay. I want to know how this conversation between us is going to go. Okay. Okay. A little tense lately. Has it been tense after that whole female friend thing? Does it have to do, does attention have to do with that situation you asked me about? I mean, most serious conversations should happen through the phone, though. Shouldn't be texting it, you know. A lot of things can get misconstrued if you text or a serious conversation through text. Most men don't really like to text. Okay. So, that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to end it with you, though. So, Amy and John, how is this conversation that Amy is going to have with John going to go? How is this conversation that Amy's going to have with John going to go? We got the Fool. How is the conversation that Amy is going to have with John going to go? The conversation that Amy will have with John, how will this conversation go? We have the Four of Pentacles, the Five of Wands. I'm not gonna lie, you know, the Five of Wands is a card of getting into an argument. I do feel like whatever you're gonna ask him, which obviously is gonna probably have to do with that whole friend situation. I feel like something, I kind of get this energy of him stonewalling you a little bit about it. Like, it doesn't feel like you're getting like clarity. And it doesn't feel like he's coming from a place of understanding. I feel like he's coming from a place of self-protection, and just trying to, it's like he's shutting it down immediately. Like, no, that's not what's happening. No, I don't care about her. No, it's like, it's okay. And it's not, it's okay. It's like, it's understandable that he's just telling you that, but it's not okay because it doesn't feel like he's really reassuring you. It just feels like he doesn't want to talk about that. You get what I'm saying? The Four of Pentacles is like, look, I'm gonna be stubborn. I'm gonna stay within my mindset about it, and I'm not gonna really be too open about things. You get what I'm saying? No, I do not. It's CC. You can definitely still send. I'm still open. Well, he may not necessarily show patience when you bring that up, though. Okay, up until now, he's probably fine. But he may not necessarily come from a place of understanding and sensitivity when you bring that specific thing up. Okay, so that's just something to be aware of. How will the conversation between Amy go with John about what she wants to talk about? Amy, how will the conversation go? Yeah, I feel like he's gonna just say, she's just a friend. She's just a friend. And I think it's like he doesn't want to stay around and talk about it. All right. I don't necessarily feel like he's taking what you're saying seriously. He's kind of being a little careless with it, because the Fool is Aries energy. So he's going to go about it in a very Aries-like way. He's going to assert and let you know that's not what's going on. She's just a friend. let's forget about this and move on. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's shutting it down. I don't know how, if this makes you feel like reassured, it's up to you. Me personally, I don't ever want to talk to a man, and if he acts like that with me, that would turn me very much off, because I'm the type of person, I like reassurance, and I like empathy, and I like you know, sensitivity to my feelings, even if you don't understand it, or it seems small to you. Just showing that true, like, emotional understanding is important for me. But it just depends on how you would like to handle conflict. Okay, so if this is okay that he just says, hey, it's not like that, she's just a friend, can we not talk about this, can we just move on, and he shuts you down like that, you don't really get much reassurance, then that's up to you. Okay, but I feel like you're still going to leave the interaction kind of having questions that really were not answered. Okay, that's what I feel. If he said that to me but also talked about us and says he still wants to move forward, then I will be reassured. Okay, but what I'm trying to tell you, Amy, is it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be, this is not reassurance. This is more so, I'm giving you a direct answer that that's not what's happening. Now let's go get lunch. Now let's go on about our day. Now let's forget about this. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's just the delivery and how he's going about it is I mean, if that's fine with you, that's fine. But the cards are saying with the Page of Swords, which is a card of looking for information, being mentally restless and curious. I feel like you're still going to have like these questions that he didn't fully just answer. He just gave you one thing, told you it's not a big deal, and then you guys just move on. Okay? So, I mean, that's the energy. That's the energy he's giving. How is this conversation between Amy gonna go with John once she tells him about her feelings and brings up that situation? How will it go with John, please? The Nine of Wands. I feel like he's more concerned with protecting himself rather than really protecting your feelings and understanding you. Okay, so the Nine of Wands does suggest that there will be a feeling of defense and feeling guarded. Okay, feeling a bit annoyed with the, you know, bringing that up or something like that. So it's like I said, it's just up to you. I don't really see an apology if you're expecting any kind of apology, which I don't know what, you know. Obviously, if you didn't catch him in anything yet, then it's understandable. You don't need to ask for an apology, okay? But this is giving me, let's just not talk about this, that she's just a friend. It's not that serious, and move on, okay? That's what I'm getting. So going forward, will you be able to work things out? Will Amy and John be able to just work things out after that conversation? Will Amy and John be able to work things out after that conversation? I'm getting the Two of Swords. Okay. You got the Queen of Swords and the Empress. So I'm not going to lie. I feel like this is you, Amy. And I feel like after that conversation, you're going to be conflicted because, again, you still feel like things weren't really fully talked about. The questions that you have are not going to go answered with detail. It's just going to be shut down. And I feel like, you know, your mind wants to just move on, but your heart is telling you like, I don't feel like how he handled that is what I deserve. I don't feel like it was respectful of my feelings. I don't feel like I got that real clarity. Okay, see the Empress, the way she is, and the Queen of Swords. The Empress is the type, like, she definitely respects herself. She knows what she's worth. And I feel like after that interaction, you may question, like, how much does he value me? How much does he respect me? Because you're not going to like the way that he kind of just willy-nilly, like, let's just move on. It's not that serious. She's just a friend. Okay. I feel like you're going to kind of think about what is my place in his life. You know, that's kind of what's going to be circulating through your mind. You know, is this friend of his more important than me? Like, what place am I to him? Okay. You're going to be doing a lot of thinking for sure. I feel like this is more so you, because to him, it's not going to seem like a big deal. So I don't think he's going to think much about it after that. I think he's just going to want to move forward. But the mental restlessness is coming from you. Okay. He hasn't, it depends if he hasn't done anything. He did tell me that he's been distant lately and he wants to make it up. Okay, well, for whatever reason he's been distant, who knows? But like I said, I think you're still going to be feeling a little emotionally confused about him after that conversation. Because I feel like, you know, with the Queen of Swords, you were expecting much more of like a open conversation, a more truthful conversation. The Queen of Swords, she's air. You're an air sign. You need more clarity. You know, you need that mental reassurance. And him being an earth sign, it kind of feels like, you know, earth signs don't really focus on trivial matters sometimes. They really don't. Like us air signs, we will overthink it and we will really want to have a full conversation. But to him, again, I feel like he's seeing it as trivial. He's seeing it as like it's not a big deal. All right? When you bring it up to him. So I'm not going to say y'all going to get into a full-blown fight. Okay? But I do feel like there's going to be a little bit of like a hassle with him in fully talking about it. So he may not want to. So you will find yourself questioning like not only the validity of what he did, but just how he handled things and how he may have handled you in that moment. I feel like it might concern you. Okay? Just a little bit. So it'll be up to you if you want to work things out with him. All right? But to him, I don't even think it's going to be a big deal to begin with. So it feels like the ball will be in your court. Let's see that. I want to say that if you send by Apple Pay, please let me know, y'all. It's not going to notify me. I have to go and check. Clarify this Two of Swords for after that conversation that Amy and John have. Will they be able to work things out? What's the Two of Swords? I feel like you're going to be caught between, well, I should, you know, maybe I should just let it go. Maybe it's not a big deal. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like your mind may want to tell you, okay, well, it's not a big deal, you know. Let me just move on, let this shit go, forget about it. But then another part of you is still questioning it for sure, okay? Yeah, see, and that's your Scorpio moon with this Queen of Cups. Because I feel like your Scorpio moon was expecting a little bit more depth, a little bit more emotion, you know, a little bit more reassurance for him to kind of like come from more of a place of like understanding with you and really hearing you out. But he's kind of giving you this look, let's just not talk about this and move on, okay? Type of energy. I have Aries moon. Oh, okay. Well, either way, and that shows the exactly what this is saying. So we have the Fool here, which is Aries, and then we have the Queen of Cups, which is Cancer, but can also be any water sign. So you're conflicted, like I said already, between your mind and your heart. Okay, because I feel like your heart, okay, wanted a little bit more empathy, wanted a little bit more understanding and reassurance, but then your mind is like, maybe it's not a big deal and I should just leave it alone. Okay, So you will be conflicted regardless. Okay. But it's your free will. I mean, if you want to just let it go, you can also just let it go. All right. And move forward with him. But what I was saying is that everybody's different. Because me personally, I know that wouldn't fly with me. As a Libra moon, like, I feel like I would need that proper balance, that proper reassurance, that empathy, that sensitivity. Someone just kind of making it seem like my concern is not a big deal and you're ready to just move on from it will definitely bother me. Because I'll think like, how is he going to handle things in the future? You know, my feelings are not that much of a big deal to him. And if he thinks it's small, then it's small. But it may matter to me. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I mean, it's really who you ask, because everybody handles conflict differently. You know, if his answer is sufficient and how he handled it is sufficient, you can definitely move forward with him. I don't think he has bad intentions with you. But for me personally, yeah, that would make me think about the future and bigger arguments, or like not bigger arguments, but bigger, when you have bigger fish to fry with each other. How is he going to handle it? Is he going to just brush me off and be like, it's not a big deal? And that's going to, over time, build resentment because you're not getting clarity. You know, you're constantly being dismissed and stonewalled as it's not a big deal. Okay. Yeah, I totally get it. Yeah, especially since you have an Aries moon, naturally, emotionally, you want to just kind of move on from things. You don't want to like sit and shed, you know what I'm saying, and keep talking about it. You like to just kind of move on, and you do tend to just want to forget things. But your Scorpio Venus is fighting with you like, no, we need emotion. We need some reassurance here, girl. You know? And it's like you're going through a tug of war with your emotions, okay? Well, Amy, one thing I would say, as more than just a reader, but as a friend and as a woman, you know, and as someone who does, you know, is someone who, I'm wise. People have told me that. I give really good advice. Don't gaslight yourself and don't downplay your feelings ever. Okay. Don't ever make excuses for why someone is giving you a certain treatment. Well, maybe he's choosing to stonewall me because I've been annoying for the past week. That does not matter. To me, as an outsider looking in, it comes off like you're making excuses, and you're looking for a reason to just move on and minimize your own feelings. Okay, so I don't think you should handle it or look at it like that. People go through things all the time in relationships, but at the heart of it, if he truly cares about you and if he's coming from a healthy space, he should learn how to have empathy and to understand your emotions and not just dismiss them and be ready to forget it. It's not serious. Let's move forward here. You get what I'm trying to say? So that's where there's going to be a need for balance. There's going to be a need for real understanding and compromise there. I don't know what his moon is, so maybe his moon, because your moon is how you go about things. All right, that's your emotional needs, how you handle things emotionally. So let's say his moon is in Aquarius, right? That could naturally make him more inclined towards more of like a detached way of handling things. So trivial things, he's not going to take the time to like be like, okay, it's a big deal, let's sit here and talk about it for hours. No, he may be more direct and get to the point and cold about certain things that he just doesn't think is a big deal. Okay, whereas if he was, let's say, a Cancer moon, he would be, or even even a Libra moon like me, or Pisces moon, he would be more likely to sit there and properly hear you out, and, you know, try to have that heart-to-heart moment with you and give you that reassurance, okay, that you need. All right, so I mean, it really just depends. Do you know what his moon sign is? It's in Pisces. Okay, so if his moon is in Pisces, I kind of feel like he may feel like you are just kind of like making things more than what it is. Okay. I feel like he may be sensitive to being accused, because a Pisces is a very sensitive moon. So even if you're not coming off like you're just accusing him, they don't like to be held accountable. I'm not gonna lie to you. A Pisces moon does not like to be held accountable for things. He may see it as you know, just kind of like nitpicking or something like that. So it can be an annoyance to him. Okay, it can come off that way because Pisces moon is hypersensitive in that way. So at the end of the day, again, he will need to compromise and not feel personally attacked, you know, when you're looking for accountability, when you're looking for empathy. Okay. He says he feels like I'm judging him too harshly. And that's what I'm trying to say. They don't like to be held accountable. Okay. A Cancer moon will be more likely to be held accountable. It just depends on how you go about it. But they are usually more nurturing with it. But Pisces moon, yes, they will take it personally and it will kind of bother them. Okay. But he's going to have to learn how to, you know, not do that. Or else in the future, you know, again, that resentment is going to build up and it's going to get worse. Because your moon being in Aries, you like people who are direct, but you also need somebody who is, who can take accountability. Nothing's going to irritate you more than someone who's too sensitive and who can't like see the logical side of things and wants to stay like, oh, emotionally, I feel like you're attacking me. And you're like, I'm not attacking you. I just need you to fucking, you know, step up and take accountability, dude. You get what I'm saying? So in Amy, because you have Aries moon, you may come off, even if you don't notice it with him in person about it, you might come off a little bit like not hostile, but just a little bit like he may see it as you picking a fight when you're not picking a fight. You just want him to really be real and own up to his shit. That's what it is. And I know I'm not an Aries moon, but I'm a Venus Aries. And nothing irritates me more than someone who likes to like dodge around issues and are too sensitive and can't be like motherfucker, okay, I need you to tell me what's up. Like, don't just kind of treat this like it's whatever and be highly sensitive. That's going to irritate me. Okay. So, yeah. Only sometimes I definitely feel bad because I feel like I hurt him sometimes. Hello, love. Yep, I still am. I'm not accepting Super Chat, though. I only take PayPal, Apple Pay, and Chime. Yeah, Aries moon, Aries Venus can handle things a little bit like you're looking for a fight sometimes. I mean, I know how to temper it out because I have a Libra moon, so I'm like, okay, well, let me calm down and try to, you know what I'm saying? They kind of meet each other together. But Aries moon and Scorpio Venus, girl, you naturally come off as intense. You may come off like you were, you know, ready to fight him. Even if just energetically, he's sensitive to energy. He's a Pisces moon. It may come off that way as well. So yeah, I just like to address things immediately. I don't like to. Yeah, I mean, again, he's gonna address it immediately. But again, it just feels like he's knocking it off like it's not a big deal. Okay. You're very welcome, my love. But again, I mean, I don't think that he has bad intentions. But again, your moons are not naturally compatible. And I always tell people, when your moons are not naturally compatible and they square each other, they, you know, they oppose each other, you're naturally going to have to work harder for it to work. Simple as that. Because your emotional language, your needs are different. Okay. So it's going to take compromise from you and from him for it to work. He can't see everything as a personal attack every time you want some damn accountability, okay? Pisces moon definitely take things very personal. Truthfully so. Yeah. So let me know how it goes when you do, okay? Pisces moons definitely like to make themselves the victim. I dealt with a guy who was a Pisces moon and Taurus sun. Biggest victim. Everything happened to him. Everything happened to him. It was never, he was never wrong. It just always feels like he was getting the short end of the stick. That's how he was. He was a professional victim. Okay. And that victim shit as an Aries moon is going to irritate you. Because Aries do not operate on victimhood. Okay? At all. Are they the Cancer sun, Pisces? Only but he was the sweetest man ever. And you know, again, what can influence someone's moon is definitely their Venus, their Mars, okay? Especially, okay? So at the end of the day, it's his Pisces moon, but it's also other factors for him too that could increase that victimizing mindset. So a Pisces moon and a Libra Mars or Libra rising may not have as much as a victimization as a Pisces moon and, let's say, a Cancer Mars. Okay, it's many different variables for sure. Okay. Especially with him being a Virgo, Virgos are already hypersensitive to criticism. They could dish it, but they don't take it so well. Okay, so if it comes off as criticizing or you're pointing something out, yes, it could irritate him. Okay. Gemini Mars is a tricky one because Gemini Mars would make him, if you couple that in with the moon in Pisces, it could make him very elusive. Okay. He does not like to get too deep with things at times. He does not. So it makes sense why he would be the fool about the situation because Gemini Mars, doesn't want to, they don't take things seriously sometimes. Okay. That's the truth. They don't. Mars is how you assert yourself, how you go about things, okay? Because Aries is ruled by Mars. So if he's asserting himself like a Gemini, he can definitely be the type to be very elusive when it comes to serious conversations, okay? Like if it's not that damn serious, he's just going to treat it like it's not that damn serious. And he will feel attacked by it, okay? Gemini Mars is definitely very surface level. Even Gemini Venus people can be very surface level. Gemini Moon is surface level. They feel uncomfortable getting into like deep, serious topics sometimes. They like to keep things fun, playful, exciting. They like banter. They like to laugh. And then when things get serious, it can kind of make them uncomfortable, okay? So I think that's why he might handle it like that. But again, you will need to have that compromise. If he can't do it, it just won't work long term. Okay. Sometimes I don't either. I can that way too. I have Leo, Mars, Gemini, my seventh house. I cannot act like that too because, honey, all that is coming from your Aries moon. Okay. like I said before, you know, you can be careless too, but at the same time, Aries still loves very hard, and they don't play about things that matter to them. Okay, they're more likely to love very hard and take things seriously compared to like a Gemini moon, okay, or a Gemini Mars. You get what I'm trying to say? So, because I know as an Aries Venus, I'm all or nothing. I'm not shallow. I'm not superficial or anything of that nature. I do take things seriously. Like I don't play, you know, about my respect. I don't play about my reputation. I don't play about people handling me any kind of way. I don't play about disrespect. Okay, I don't play about, you know, minimizing my feelings at all. I don't play about stuff like that. But a Gemini Mars could be like that. I've actually dated a Gemini Moon guy. And he also had a Gemini Mars. He was very careless. And guess who it was? It was that Aries I was with. Like, very careless. He felt uncomfortable with deep conversations. Emotional conversations had him very uncomfortable. He was very neurotic, chaotic emotionally. And it just felt like things were never a big deal to him. And that's one thing about Gemini placements for sure, especially Gemini Mars. They have to learn how to take other people's feelings seriously. It's not a joke. It's not funny. It's not trivial. Okay, it's not a big deal. Yes, it is a freaking big deal. Okay. Yeah, I definitely don't play about what matters to me. Okay. My current guy, he's a Cancer sun, and he has a he's also Gemini Mars, okay? But he has a Libra moon like me, so we both have the same moon. So, to be honest, the only reason why it fucking works is because that Gemini Mars, I'm not gonna lie, he's very playful. I'm also very playful. Don't get it twisted, I am. He could be very playful, and in the beginning, I wouldn't say I was irritated, but I wanted more, like, okay, enough for the LOL. It's not always funny. Take things seriously sometimes. And that's my Aries Venus. Okay, like I'm very bubbly, I can laugh and stuff, but I do also like a balance. I need someone who can take things seriously when it matters. Okay, there's a time and a place for everything. So the only reason why it works is because he has a Libra moon. So it does make him willing to compromise, willing to see my point of view, willing to listen, okay? Willing to be fair in all these things, willing to communicate. It's an air moon. So yes, he will talk about those things and not just, oh, well, it doesn't matter. Bye. Okay. So at the end of the day, like I said, it's a lot of different factors in someone's chart that kind of tells you how they will handle things for sure. Okay. Not to mention, he has a freaking Gemini Mercury too. So even the way he communicates, he plays a lot. I mean, I play a lot too. We do. But he does know how to tap into that Libran side of making things fair, making sure things are balanced, and not being selfish, okay, and being a communicator. So, but you know, if you think about like my child's father, who's a Cancer, but he has a Taurus moon and a Scorpio rising. This motherfucker was the most stubborn person I've ever seen in my life. I don't think there's anybody more stubborn than my child's father. That you can't talk to him about nothing. He does not see your point of view. It's his way or no way. He's very like Taurian, very stubborn. He's never wrong. He will argue with you until he turns blue. That's the truth, okay? So that was very toxic for me and him. You can't get him to see your point of view at all. Not both of those. Yep. Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, and my Libra moon makes me willing to be open-minded, okay? And not just see my own point of view, but see someone else's point of view and their feelings. I know how to put myself in someone else's shoes. Okay? I'm open to compromising, all right? If something's important to you, I deem it as important to me immediately. Okay. So if that bothered you, well, okay, all right. Even if I don't think it's something that in my mind, okay, well, why is that a big deal? But you don't know. Everybody's, you're entitled to your own feelings. That's just the truth. And then when I put myself in someone's shoes, I'm like, okay, well, if that happened to me, I could take it like that. I could see it that way. And then boom, I understand. Okay. And you achieve that temperance. But, certain moon signs, I'm telling you, they just either victimize themselves, they shut down, they don't take it seriously. And that's where, if the love is strong enough, they will have to be able to do that. They have to, or it just won't work. They have to try. All right, Kaiser. I just got, well, Kaiser, go ahead with your question, honey. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry. I had a call come through. Hello again. What's Erica's Pisces true thoughts, feelings, and God. How much did you send? Okay, you sent 20. All right, my love. Go ahead and choose which deck you want. All right. I'm still accepting, y'all. Probably accepting for the next, okay, I need more space. 20 to 30 minutes. I'm still open for donations. I got, see how many people I got? 6 people so far, so I'm taking about 4 more. Kaiser, go ahead and choose which deck you want, hon. The first one, okay. What are Erica's true feelings for Kaiser? Erica's true feelings for Kaiser. Erica. The Sun. Erica's true feelings for Kaiser. Is she somebody new to you? Queen of Swords. Erica's true feelings for Kaiser. Hangman and the 6 of Pentacles reversed. She's a co-worker. I feel like she sees you in a positive way. I think that her feelings for you are in a general sense, it does look to be positive. It looks like she definitely doesn't have any kind of negative feelings associated with you. Okay. But this alone does not tell me that there's anything like romantic about like her having romantic interest in you. Okay. The Six of Pentacles can be a card of not returning someone's feelings. So it may be unrequited. Let me clarify the Sun. Erica's true feelings towards Kaiser. What's the Sun? The Ace of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, the Queen of Swords, Kaiser, is a emotionless card. You know, it is air, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. So if it's coming up in terms of like how she feels, this would indicate that her feelings are purely like cerebral. Okay. So it's like she may not have any romantic or emotions towards you. Okay. With the Queen of Swords. King of Swords is also at the bottom of the deck. Queen of Swords. Does she know that you like her? Have you told her that already? Seven of Swords. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like she likes you more as a person, though. It's like I'm not really getting my feelings are deeper than that, okay? Yeah. I feel like she's not being fully transparent, but she may be. She may go ahead and tell you exactly what I'm telling you now. I think she may see you as more as like, you know, just an associate or co-worker, something like that. But it's not like she sees you as a love interest, okay? So in other words, to me, this is giving I'm not that into you, okay? I don't like you in that way. Six of Pentacles reverse is the opposite of sharing. It's the opposite of reciprocity. Okay, that would mean that there's a lack of, it's not mutual. Okay. Eight of Cups. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting from her. So let's ask about intentions, because to me, this does feel like she intends to bring that clarity to you, to be honest with you about that, okay? What are Erica's true intentions with Kaiser? Erica's true intentions with Kaiser. The Tower. Erica's true intentions with Kaiser. The Eight of Cups. The same cards are coming out. Yeah, the same cards are coming out, man. Yeah, so I feel like she intends to tell you straight up that she doesn't like you in that way. Okay? For sure. The Eight of Cups is a card of walking away. You know, the Tower is like that sudden revelation. She may go ahead and just tell you that and be honest with you, okay? Yeah, I feel like she just wants to keep this as a work situation, like a, you know, you're just a colleague or something like that, and not like romantic interest, okay? Yeah, that's what I'm getting from her. Yeah, I am still open, okay? Gotta order this deck again because this deck is like falling apart, man. Falling apart. It's all ripped and stuff. This one's already coming off. You're welcome, hon. You're welcome. I wish you the best. Hope you find that lady for you. You guys, I am still open. I have 3 spots left. Okay. If you would like a reading done, please send your donation to PayPal. It's in the white bubble, or Apple Pay, or Chime. Three more spots remaining, y'all. Remember, my readings are by donation. Okay, there is no specific amount. The more you donate, the more questions you get to ask me, and the more detail. I just sent a PayPal. Veronique. Okay, Veronique, honey, Veronique, honey. All right, let's see. Veronique. Did you send by, is that you on Apple Pay? Hold on, I don't even think that one's... All right, hon, go ahead with your question. Two more spots remaining, my loves. 2 more spots remaining before I close up for the night. I may not be live tomorrow, y'all, so this is the last chance to get a reading done. I might not come on till Monday afternoon. Yes, I will. Okay, go ahead with your question. Will I get a great paying job soon? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So I can only answer will you get a job soon, but the other question will require more of a payment, okay? Because again, you know, my readings are by donation. The more you donate, the more questions you get to ask, the more detail you receive, okay? But I can answer you'll get a better paying job soon. Love general would definitely require another 15 if you want love general, because that will require more detail, okay? All right, let's see. Will Veronique get a better paying job soon? Will Veronique get a better paying job soon? Will Veronique get a better paying job soon? So the Empress is a yes card. Okay, it is a card of abundance. So she's actually one of the best cards that you would want for a finance question for sure. So it is indicating that there is going to be some kind of abundant position that you will be in here, whether that's through a job, whether that is through a business, okay, or an investment. Vernie, get a better paying job soon. Yeah, the King of Wands. I feel like it's saying make sure that you are, as long as you are willing to grow or willing to be willing to be creative, okay? Could also be maybe perhaps getting out of your comfort zone with the work that you do next. And you're confident in yourself, okay? And you're determined, yes, you will be able to get a new job, a better paying job, okay? We're going to get a better paying job soon. We're going to get a better paying, what was that? Job soon. Yep, I do. I do see you get a better paying job soon. I'm getting somewhere within like the next, the number 3 is important for you. So perhaps the next 3 weeks, okay, there should be something falling through for you, something that is going to be, for sure, you know, growing into abundance for you. All right. Have you ever thought about opening a business? Starting a business? Not opening, but starting a business. No. Thank you so much. Okay. So yeah, be willing to be creative, be open as well, in how you go about making your money, how you go about it, okay? Because the Empress, I find that she what? I find that she goes best and she fits into business. Like for me, before I even got into YouTube and like tarot business, I would always get the Empress. So the Empress, she's very creative. You know, she knows how to make income for herself, for sure. So she could, for example, she could start an in-home daycare. You know, she could start a catering business. Okay, she could offer some kind of beauty services. Okay, because this is Venus, so she represents you know, beauty and stuff like that. So that's just examples of what you can look into, or careers that you could be good at. Okay, something like that. Something nurturing, something about beauty, something that allows you to be creative. I feel like you would be the most abundant and you would make the most money doing that, okay? Yeah, just not sure. I tried doing locks part-time. Okay, so that could be an example of what you could do. Empress can definitely, beauty does involve doing people's hair, making them feel good, look good. So I feel like Spirit is kind of nudging you on that path of pursuing that, okay? And that's how you will make the most money. Maybe a job might not necessarily be the best path for you. It wasn't for me. I mean, I make more money doing tarot than with my creativity than I do with when I was working a 9 to 5, okay? You are welcome. And I wish you the best, and I hope things get better for you. 2 more spots remaining, y'all. I'm about to get off of here in the next 20 minutes. Okay, 2 more spots remaining. Hold on on PayPal just a second. Okay, all right. I have a total of 8 people so far, so I got 2 more spots. All right, so I think I got someone named D. Will I be in a committed relationship soon? Did you send Veronique? Sorry.
You're welcome, Clover.
All right, thank you, honey. All right, let me put you. Deity, is that Deity? D. Okay, so I do have technically 2 spots remaining because Veronique, you're gonna get a double. So I have 2 more spots remaining for a reading before I close up, guys. Actually, I got 1 more spot ready, waiting. So y'all, I might not be on here till Monday. Okay, so get your reading now because you will have to wait until Monday afternoon. Let's see. How will I find the right career track for me? I believe Veronique came first. Her donation came through. So I'm going to do Veronique and then D, okay? Remember, the more you donate, the more questions you get to ask me, the more detail. Veronique. Will Veronique be in a committed relationship soon? Will Veronique be in a committed relationship soon? So Veronique, no, you're not going to be in a committed relationship soon. But it is showing some kind of opportunity coming in, maybe with a fire sign. Could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I do see like new love vibes, new love energy with somebody here. I mean, this may be someone you've dated before or a completely new person. I do have Aries twice here. So it is showing energies around dating, okay? And, you know, kind of getting to know somebody here. And the aces are not, it's not a guarantee, but it is saying that there's potential here for things to materialize in the future into a relationship, okay? But that it's not going to be immediate, all right? So no to the committed relationship soon, okay? But I do feel like somebody wants to date you and whatnot. Anissa, close your door. Get a romance angel for Veronique. Oh, well. Veronique. Love for Veronique. What do you want her to know right now? Love. Oh, shoot. Love for Veronique. It's saying it's safe for you to love. So whoever this person is, it's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And then it says this could be the one. So this person that's coming in could potentially be the one for you. All right. There's potential for sure. But I feel like you and that person may start off kind of like casual or like friends and kind of go from there. All right. All right. So let's see. How will I find the right career track for me? I mean, I can't tell you how you're going to find it, but I can see what the cards say about what career you should look into. What's the right career for D? For D, please. D. Knight of Wands. What is your sign, by the way? I feel like whatever career this is, it definitely has to be something you're passionate about. Okay? You're a Cancer. It has to be something you're passionate about. I'm kind of getting something having to do with moving around, travel. Okay? Any kind of career that involves you moving around and not being or staying in the same place 24/7, okay, is going to be ideal for you. I mean, that could be anything. Truck driver, flight attendant. I mean, it's anything. But let's say you wanted to do, for example, nursing. So nursing, you could be a travel nurse or something like that. So that's what Spirit is highlighting here. You could work in the automotive industry. This could be, I don't know, taxi driver, cab driver, limousine. Anything that requires you to be moving, like in transportation, okay? That's what I feel. Hi, Snow White. How are you? Because I do feel like you tend to maybe even get bored easily or something like that. Like you need to be like, you need to be on the go here. You know, even like, yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting here. What's the best career for D, please? For D. What's the best career for D, please? D. Haven't seen you in a minute, Snow White. How are you? Best career for D. What is a career that D should explore? D. All right. Could even be something like some kind of trade. Okay. Some kind of trade you might want to look into. Definitely something, you know, maybe hands-on here. Good, amazing. Your name is unisex, so I'm not sure if you are woman or man. even being a travel agent could even be something you could look into. Okay. You know, the Queen of Wands is someone who's dynamic, somebody who's full of energy, full of life, somebody who definitely doesn't like to, she would not fit in a career where she can't be moving around, where she can't be on her feet, where she can't be, you know, like, with that energy. She basically, you're not going to find the Queen of Wands at an office job. She's not going to be sitting around. She's not going to be like that at all. Okay. So any career that allows you to expend that energy and have new experiences and move around is what's going to be best for you. Okay. I am picking up on something about travel, or maybe even, like I said, the automotive industry, anything like that. The Queen of Wands, she could also be like a salesman. Okay. She could also be in careers that involve like fitness. Okay. So I don't know if you're into fitness. She could be a personal trainer. All right. And stuff like that. She could be a Pilates coach. She could be a yoga coach. Anything like that. She could be an occupational therapist, sports therapy, sports medicine, stuff like that. You could see her doing. But she's not going to be nursing unless she's a travel nurse. But she's not going to be in any career like that. Or sitting behind a screen or sitting down 24/7. All right, so that's the last one for the night. All spots are now closed. Snow White, what's your name? Is your name Morella? Okay. See, I got a good memory. It's crazy because, okay, so my guy's a Cancer. And he works for the airport. So, I don't know. That kind of reminded me of, like, for you, D, like, things that you could look into, okay? Yeah, he works for the airport, and he likes traveling and stuff like that, moving around. And he's also in school to work on airplanes, basically. So, all right, Morella, see what we got for you. Go ahead and type your question and choose which deck you want. Definitely see myself being a driver or anything. Okay. Well, I mean, you don't have to be a truck driver. Those are just examples. Again, it looks like the work that you need to be doing needs to involve you moving around, needs to be energetic. Okay. You got to feel that passion when you're working, and careers that keep you stable or in one place or something like that is not going to be ideal for you long term. Okay, so Morel choose Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups, or Ten of Cups, please. Morella will be the last one for tonight. Sorry. Tanel, I'm still willing to take you, Tanel. Since you always come to me, I'm still willing to take you if you wanted to send now. Okay. Jim, but he looks at me. Questions. Ten of Cups that we had a purely sexual connection since last January. It's quiet now. So what is your question about him? And I need his first name. Like I said, to now, I'm still willing to take you if you want to send now. Okay, but you have to send by the time I'm done with Morella's reading. What's your question about him? And what is their name? But yeah, after Tanel, that will be, we will be officially done. Do you see my question? It's pretty long. I mean, because I didn't see, you sent a lot of stuff and I just need a specific question, okay? Because I can't, what is it? I don't do well with, like, paragraphs. Question, Camilla, Calgary. You didn't, will he come back around? Okay. So his name is Camilo. Okay. So, will Camilo come back around to Morella? Will Camilo come back around to Morella? Camilo. Will Camilo come back around to Morella, please? Camilo. It kind of feels like he's admiring you from afar. Okay, so I can answer, will he come back around in his feelings? But yeah, as far as if he's coming back around, this to me is giving that he's gonna continue energetically within the energy right now. It's just showing him still kind of like admiring you from afar. Strength just, I don't know if you just seen that. Well, yeah, I kind of feel like he's still kind of keeping his distance and admiring you from afar. So I don't really see that he's going to take any action, to be honest with you, just yet. Strength is him holding back. King of Swords. I feel like he might be trying to look unbothered or some shit like that. So let's see what his true feelings are for you. Camilo's true feelings for Morella. Camilo's true feelings for Morella. Chariot. So, his true feelings, I'm not really picking up on him having romantic feelings for you, Morella. I feel like he does think about you a lot. But it's more so like missing your energy type of thing. Missing your energy. He finds you very attractive. He does like your personality. And he does feel a chemistry with you. But it's more superficial for him when it comes to his feelings for you, okay? This is not giving, I have feelings for her in that way. But he does find you hella attractive, though. That's something I'm definitely getting from him strongly. Like, he sits there and thinks about you a lot. Like, damn, she's so damn fine. Or, damn, she looks so good. Okay? That's the energy that he's giving. Yeah, he definitely feel like you gave him that spark for sure. He could be expecting you to kind of come forward and initiate things. Yeah, he expects you to come forward and initiate things. I feel like he's open to talking, but it's just, he doesn't want to make the first move. He's not going to do that. He probably just wants you to come to him or you do it. He like, hell, you do it. All right, so now. All right, let's get you on the list. Readings are now closed, my loves, okay? So yeah, that's what I'm getting from him, okay? I'm trying to hold back since he didn't respond to my last. Okay, well, if he didn't, then I don't know. I hope he doesn't have a girlfriend or anything, okay? Because, I mean, that could be why he's also not saying anything. Let's see. What's the reason for the silence? What's the reason for the silence from Camilla when it comes to Morella? What's the reason for the silence? Why is Camilla silent with Morella? Why is Camilla silent with Morella? Camilla. Why is Camilla silent with Morella? Clarify this tower. Why is Camilla silent with Morella? Okay. I'm not gonna lie, it feels like he might be silent because he may think that you want more from him. He may think that you want more than a fling or something. I don't know. That's probably just his perception. Doesn't make it true. But I think that's why he's not really engaging. I feel like maybe he doesn't want to send the wrong message. That it's more than that. The Hierophant and Strength. Yeah, because he's trying to create boundaries or create space or keep you away from him in that way. So it could be because he thinks that you want more. Yeah, I mean, you can't blame him. Guys do tend to think that women want more. And if he's not wanting more, then that's probably why he's trying to stay away like that. Okay. I don't know what you're doing that may have came off to him like you were wanting more. That could be it. All right. I might show that without realizing it. Yeah. I feel like he thinks that you want more, and you also kind of come on a little strong to him, and he doesn't want to change anything. He wants to keep things the way it is. So if it's just flirting, it's just flirting. If it's just sex, it's just sex. He doesn't want more. All right? At least not right now, he doesn't. But he does strongly desire you physically. He finds you hella good looking. Yeah, he's kind of giving that he wants you on his terms. Like, if you're the one that's reaching out and doing all this extra stuff, he might interpret it as, okay, like she's coming on strong, or she might want more. He may want you on his own terms, okay? When he's ready to engage with you in that way, boom, that's when he'll let it happen. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like he's trying to control the dynamic here with you. All right, so now go ahead and choose which deck you want, my love. That will be it for tonight. You can also type your question. You're welcome. All right, what's your question? Thank you, my love. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Okay. Of course. Hope to see you on the next one. Let me go ahead and turn this light off. This light is so bright in my face right now. You still see me, Tanel? What's her name? Are her intentions pure? What's her name? Let me know if you still see me, because that light was just starting to bother me. I'm like, oh my God, it's so bright at night. Oh, her sign is in Aries. Lord have mercy. Didn't I tell you something about an Aries? I could have sworn. Okay. What are Can's true intentions with Tanel? Ken's true intentions with Tanel, please. Ken. Okay, so her intentions are showing up as the Eight of Pentacles reverse. So first and foremost, I feel like the Eight of Pentacles is in a reverse is a card of distraction. So it's kind of showing that she's distracted to now. It shows that she's distracted. Okay. Distracted by what? I don't know, but we'll see. Can's true intentions with Tanel. Can's true intentions with Tanel. You got Five of Swords. Yeah, no, I don't feel like her intentions are pure. No. It's not pure because I feel like she has a lot of options. Okay. Seven of Cups was showing up. She has a lot of options. And I kind of feel like it is giving selective kind of player here. So she's not, I don't really feel like she's committal like that. She want to chase. Yeah, I feel like she's a player, but she goes about her shit in a very like controlled way. But she does have a lot of options. And she's going to be distracted. Okay, I do feel like, yeah, King of Wands, when he shows up, you know, this is a card of ego. You know, most of the time, like, I want you to come to me. You know, I like the thrill. I like the passion. But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to stay around and be intentional with you. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, her attention is definitely very divided. So I wouldn't even take her seriously within this energy, okay? So you have too many options like that. You're not going to be focusing on one person. It's just, you know, where can you get if you can't focus on one person and you keep entertaining everybody and their moms? Nowhere. That's where. You're not going to get anywhere, so... Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Five of Swords is that selfish card. I want what I want. I want your eyes to be for me. I want you all to myself, but me, I'm dividing myself with other people. I mean, that sounds like a typical kind of Aries when they're not evolved trait, okay? She wants you all to herself, but yeah, she's fucking with everybody and their mom. She probably go missing because she's distracted by other options. That's why. That's all it's about. Yeah, she's constantly looking for the next best thing. She doesn't give me someone who has like a good attention span. You get what I'm saying? Like, she's somebody that may get bored easily. And she goes from person to person. Yeah, she has way too many options here. 3 of Cups, 7 of Cups. You see how many cups? There's too many options. 1, 2, 3. I'm not saying she's for the streets, but I mean, she definitely be entertaining way too many people. So it feels like you're just another one of her options, unfortunately. Sounds familiar. That's why I know that Aries that I used to deal with come back. He's getting completely just ignored. But all they really know how to do is just fuck with different people 24/7. You see what I'm and then you see what I said though, right, Tana? Remember I told you she's giving player, but she's very skilled with it. Remember I said that she's very controlled with it. Like, she know how to clean up her shit and hide it to make it look like she's not, but she is. She's not impulsive with it. You get what I'm saying? She's very skilled at just like having her options, but acting like she don't. But she do. She definitely do. That's the King of Wands for you. That is the King of Wands. Not the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is the more impulsive one. You'll know that they're a player like right off the bat and they have options. But the King of Wands, he shows a little bit more restraint. Okay. She know how to like not show any evidence of what she's doing, okay? Yep. So there you have it. That's what she's doing. Basically, you know, she's a skilled Don Juan. A skilled Don Juan. I don't ever trust anybody who show up as the King of Wands. I just don't. That's the Five of Swords. That's the selfishness I'm talking about. You know, that card literally is a selfish card. The Five of Swords is like, look, I play mind games. You know, I'm strategic with how I go about shit. So you better not be talking to nobody, but I could be. It is a double standard. It is selfish. Sounds like you just met a typical Aries, my love. Okay. Run for your life, honey. That's one word. One word. Run. One word. Run, run, run. Run like shit. Run like hell. Yeah, she definitely playing mind games with you, love. She is. Anybody who shows up as King of Wands, okay, and especially Five of Swords is somebody who's definitely egoistic, and they're gonna put their needs first, and they can be controlling, and they do play mind games. Okay. All right, y'all. So that was the last one for the night. Love you guys. Thank you for always supporting me. And I should be back on here by Monday. Yeah. Okay. Either Monday morning or Monday afternoon. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Thank you, Tanel.